Yeah. Hey yo man, it's your time. And fuck poverty. Get this money, man. What the fuck you gotta do, you know what I'm saying?
I can tell you're mad at
everyone,
me
welcome
just
to the
by how
Film
your
Leroy
face
Judgmental
look.
Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
And I'm Leroy. So we got a guest here today on this episode. I want you to tell what the guest is, Phil.
This is my cousin Dennis. You know what I mean? He lived a long, crazy life, and we're just trying to interview him and bust it up with him and see what's going on with him.
Did you live a long, crazy life?
Nah, I feel like I still got some more living to do, and I would prefer to go by the name Cool D.
I'm not calling no man Cool D. That don't
But
even
I'm
sound
very
right,
cool.
dude.
What's wrong with Cool D?
Cool D?
As in Dennis.
That's how the rappers do, ain't it?
That's different. You don't rap. So, no.
But listen.
Well, he did write poetry back in the day, so that's kind of along the lines of
I
rapping,
could.
right? So
If I need to,
that's
I
all it
could
is.
lay it down for you.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
What about Cool C? Then you call him Cool C?
He rapped.
Poetry,
He don't rap.
Poetry and rapping is
No,
kind
it's-
of
All
the
right.
same shit.
Oh, okay. Cool C was a professional rapper because he got songs out. Do you have any songs? Any of your poetry was published anywhere?
No, it wasn't.
All right. So then again, I would call
But
him
that
Cool
still
D.
don't devalue my poetry.
Oh, I ain't
You know what I
devaluing
mean?
it.
Yeah.
Poetry probably got him a
That
whole
don't
bunch
make
of
me not a
draws.
poet. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Yes, it did.
Well, we only got you on here so we can use a Jalen Hurts hater. And just so funny that your
Your drink coaster.
your coaster got Jalen Hurts on there.
All right.
Now, go ahead, break it down for your hate for
First-
Jalen Hurts.
First of all,
Okay, first of all, did you listen to our Super Bowl?
I did not.
Okay, you didn't see the Instagram with Gilly the Kid
No.
and us
And the coaches and stuff.
yeah.
You talking about Jalen Hurts.
Nah, I didn't see that. one.
should we play it and so he can hear us on that episode or let it go?
No, just let it go.
All right. So what is your hate on
All
Jalen
right,
Hurts?
so first of all, let me specify some things. I'm not a Jalen Hurts hater. Definitely not. Because here's the thing. Usually haters, they want you to kind of mess up so they can hate on it. You know what I mean? They actually root for you to fail.
That's like an extreme hater. But you can be a light hater where you take shots left and right, but then when you do something good, you cheer.
Like
Oh, hell yeah, because
So
I'm
you're
a fan.
so you're a light
As a
hater.
fan.
So you're a light
50%
hater.
hater.
No,
Check.
sometimes, all right, for example, I never hated on McNabb, but you know what I mean? Yeah, I used to hate all them worm burners. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
yeah,
y'all
I-
crack me up with that one. So would you rather take a ball in the dirt or would you take
Ball
him
in the
throwing
dirt.
an interception?
Ball in the dirt.
Okay,
for sure,
then.
for sure.
Mhm.
And that's kind of like Hurts too. Sometimes he don't pull the trigger. They say he's one of the most. If the window ain't well, here's the
That's
thing.
not true.
Because I heard
Well-
AJ Brown is one of the best in catching in tight windows, but I heard that Hurts is one of the few quarterbacks that will even throw into a tight window. So I don't really know. I guess he don't really throw tight windows, and then when he do, it works out. I don't know, but it's like he'd rather go with the short shot than go with the tight fit.
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
The
And that's
thing-
why his
the-
interceptions are usually low.
That's
Well,
not
He don't
true.
take a lot of chances.
I'm gonna
So
tell you what it
he
is.
do
I'm gonna
take
tell
a
you
lot
what
of
it is.
chances?
So last year he took a lot of chances, and we lost 7, 8 in a row, some shit like that. After going like starting the season 11-0, and then we just fucking downslided. He was taking a lot of chances last year, and that's when he had his most interceptions, 15 interceptions. So to minimize that, take less chances. You could be like Brett Favre throwing 30 interceptions, or what's that other dude name that had 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions?
James.
Jameis Winston,
No, no.
because they take those chances. You don't want to take those chances.
No. What I'm saying is I respect all that. It's just like, for example, people like, for example, the Super Bowl, the one we lost.
Mm-hmm.
He played very good in that game. But come on, man. That fumble right before the half was a crazy flip because I think we was about to go down and score. The way they didn't know what to do. And the next thing you know, he fumbled it up. They ran it back in. Now we got a whole new ball game. Now, listen, people that – if I'm a Hurts hater, I know y'all got to be Hurts lovers then because anybody that's a real fan will be like, yo, bro, that shit hurt. That shit hurt when he fumbled that ball and they took it in right before half when it was us about to go and they ain't know what to do.
Right, so that was a big play game changer, but because he outplayed the other quarterback, Pat Mahomes, you can't blame one play on losing the Super Bowl. It's got to be a multitude of plays. Like, where was our defense when we needed them?
Right.
What was that pass interference that was bullshit that the ref? That was the main play. When the ref called that bullshit as pass interference on Bradbury to set them up. That was the main play that changed the game.
But here's the thing: we lose by 3. That fumble that got. Am I mistaken? Did he fumble it and they scooped it up and ran it in? Is that how it went?
No, did it?
I can't remember. I know.
I think he fumbled it because we was about to score. We was going. We was like at our 40. They know what the hell to do. And he he didn't even get hit. It was just like some bobbly kind of young bull rookie kind of funny. Here's the bottom line, man. I want Hurts to do well because I'm an Eagles fan, but some of the shit he does really frustrates me.
You sounding like you calling him like that game manager.
Well,
Are you calling him a game manager?
Well, the thing is, they already came out and said he's one of the most accurate throwing a long ball.
Yes.
Then,
that's why I don't believe that. That's
then,
why I don't believe that
But they say
statement
he
what you
don't-
said about the tight
But
window
they say
thing.
particular, like he's not gonna look at it. They say he's not gonna look at a receiver and squeeze that shit in there. He'll just go with
That's
the
not
face pad
true.
over there. That's what they saying. Well, that's what I heard on a couple.
I think it's probably 50-50. There's a 50% chance he's going to throw it in a tight window. But they want you to be at like 70%. If you got a number one receiver, they want you to take that chance. But his thing is, by throwing all them interceptions, he can't have that.
Yeah, I respect it though.
Right. So I think you told me in the text message that he can't read defenses. And that's
When
some,
did I
that's
say
some
that?
hater shit right
Hold
there
up.
because
When did I say that?
you said it in the text
But that had to been like a long time ago.
this season. In the text. Now I can
This
pull
season
it
a long
up.
time ago.
But I can,
I
but
think
the
that
thing is,
interception
the
was a
thing
bad
is,
read though. In the
the
Super
thing
Bowl, I
is-
think he
the thing
misread the
is, they
defense
said-
on that one.
that was a bad play. Not just a bad.
No.
It was everything was bad.
Yes.
Like he shouldn't have threw it there.
Mm-hmm.
Him and the receiver wasn't on the same page, and that was a duck giveaway. He shouldn't even took that shot. You know what I
Right.
mean? But for the most part, when he's at the line of scrimmage, a lot of those plays that Saquon taking to the house, you'll see he audible it and then called that run play.
See,
himself.
that's why I got on
But-
you about that Rams game about the safety and the sack that almost could have lost them that game. That's why I got on you about that. If he can do an audible to make Saquon make that long play, why couldn't he audible that when he couldn't run?
Well,
why would you?
Well,
why
he
would you
do it
something?
sometimes, and a lot of times it do work, but he don't do it all the time. And you can't. The bottom line is when the coach called a play, the coach wants you to run that play. Every now and then they'll allow you to audible, but for the most part, they want you to run their offense.
All right,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. He played a good game in the Super Bowl, and he had to play a good game because the Chiefs.
You mean an MVP type game? Go ahead.
Yeah, he had an MVP. Well, see, that's what I'm coming to because I personally don't believe he's really the MVP of that
Who's
Super Bowl.
MVP?
See, here's the thing: he's the MVP because he's the MVP and he got the trophy in his.
Because
But who's
he
MVP
led the
though?
offense. That's why.
Yeah, who's
Yeah,
MVP?
and me, the defense was the MVP. Oh my God! Like, are you kidding me? Like, if you could give it to the defense or Hurts, and I get it. I'm a Hurts hater. I get that.
Yes.
But if you can give it to Hurts or the defense, you tell me you want to give it to the defense? For Christ's sake, it was what 24-0, 34-0, and late in the third quarter, about to go to the fourth quarter.
But you still had to get that 24 from somewhere.
Oh no! I'm not dismissing him, but some of that defense led to the offense and led to the great
Right,
field
it did,
position
it
and all
did,
that.
it did.
It's like
You're right.
if you told me, "Yo, Dennis, give me $100, and I'll give you 1,000 back if the defense shut Mahomes out in the first half," I'd be like, "Man, you out your damn mind. You keep your 1,000. I'm not. You're not getting my 100. No way. I had it. Who had a shutout on the defense late in the third with 3 minutes left in the third quarter?"
Well, when it comes to MVP, everything's going to go to the quarterback unless
But
a
if you
defensive
could-
player had like 5
Right.
sacks.
But if you could give it to Hurts or the defense,
I still would give it to Hurts
For the
because,
game.
like he said, the points had to come from somewhere.
right? But I'm
But I understand your point.
No,
though.
you make a good point, and I can see a lot of people agreeing with you. The only reason I don't is because we give the quarterbacks all the hell when they lose. So when they play good, you got to give them their praise. So he played good. Like everybody said, shut Saquon down. Eagles ain't shit. Saquon got us here. That's all we heard all year. And I was arguing with my father-in-law, like, yeah, Saquon is carrying us. He got 2,000 yards, but we not asking Hurts to do that.
Right.
But if he have to do it, he showed he can do it. So the last time we was in the Super Bowl, we had Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders had like 5 carries for like 10 yards or 10 carries for like 5 yards. He was shit. So it was all on Hurts to make it happen. And he kept us in that game. And this is the same shit. They shut Saquon down. He couldn't do shit. So it was on Hurts to get us some points or we were fucking lose. Because your defense can do so much, but if you can't put points on the board, it's going to come down to the end and whoever kicked the field goal, whoever get the last lucky play. And Pat Mahomes is like the number 1 quarterback in the football. They got the most comebacks. So it's easy for him to just make that game-winning drive and win. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm going to tell you, y'all want to know who the real Jalen Hurts hater is? It's Andy Reid. Because he sold out on Barkley. Where the fuck did y'all ever see any of the safeties at? On all them plays that we bust their ass at, where was the safety?
Well,
they put everybody on Barkley.
Their thought process was like what he said.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if they say like, look, if we can stop Saquon,
Hurts
then they
ain't
can't-
shit.
right?
And
So,
Hurts
and he
proved-
proved them wrong.
He proved them wrong. And
Right.
and listen, I am so happy he proved them wrong.
Are you
And
happy?
on top of that, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when I see Herbert and Burrow like makes this like crazy accurate throw, and I be like, damn, that boy
They
boy got
always
a
go
rocket.
there with them.
Here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. I long for that traditional just gunning down, running gun. It's 30 seconds left in the game, and there's no doubt that his arm gonna take us all the way down the field. I'm not gonna lie. That's where I lean towards. But I'm giving Hurts his respect because they said, Hurts, I dare you to beat us. And guess what he did? He beat the living shit out of him. So, you know what I mean? I definitely give Hurts his props. But even Andy Reid doubted Hurts.
Oh, okay, give us your top 5 quarterbacks in the league today.
Oh, goodness. Well, Mahomes got to be one for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is tough, guys.
No, it's not.
Because I know what's going to happen.
No,
Once I
it's
start naming,
No, it's not.
We
Y'all
want,
gonna
yes, we're
start
going to pick
ripping
it
it.
apart.
Y'all
We're gonna
gonna-
pick it apart. But it's still
exactly.
going to be your opinion. So,
so here's
go ahead.
here's my question before I go any further. When you say best, what do we mean by best?
On your eyes, who do you think is the top 5 quarterbacks in the league? You said Mahomes number 1. Who's number 2?
See, it's hard for me to answer that question. I'm sorry. That's a cop out, Phil. You making
That's
this
some
crazy
because
face.
that's some bullshit. Like if you're a football fan, you can name the top 5
All
at
right,
every
listen,
position. You should be
put
able
this
to do
way.
that.
Put this way. If I had 30 seconds left in the game,
Well, you got 30 seconds.
I
Name
got
it.
30 seconds left in the game. Who I want at quarterback?
Yes.
Hurts is not one of them.
Not your top 5.
And
Not
not in my
your
top
top
No.
five.
Wait a minute. Hold, Phil. What's your top 5? Is it Mahomes number 1?
I got to put Mahomes on one. Yeah.
What's your criteria?
If I'm building a team and I need to win this year, Mahomes is number 1. Yes.
But it's
Now-
the 30-second rule.
now,
Your
here-
30-second rule is in effect still, right?
But yeah.
Okay, Mahomes number 1. Who's
Mahomes
number 2?
number 1. Bro, I have a lot of love.
Just
even though
name them. You ain't
It's,
gotta give me a
32
breakdown. Goddamn.
quarterbacks in the league, and I know you can name 4 other ones.
Oh man, I really like Lamar Jackson.
2. Go ahead.
Yeah. I like Justin Herbert, bro. I know
3.
y'all gonna rip holes and all in that. I like Joe Burrow.
4.
And I like Hurts.
Hurts.
At
Yeah,
5.
I think
So
I can
he's your
put-
5th quarterback.
Yeah, he's gonna be in there, and I know you're gonna rip him apart.
You
but
know that
I'm talking
Jalen
about-
Hurts. You know Jalen Hurts got better postseason stats than Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah, I can believe that, but
Okay, so-
listen, I also feel like the AFC is way more rigorous.
No,
way more
but
vicious
okay,
than the
you
NFC.
can say
Not
that.
making
Yeah.
excuses.
Okay,
but
okay,
I
but
think it's
look,
harder to come out that
It might be
AFC.
harder coming out of AFC because they can't beat Pat Mahomes. The person that Jalen Hurts played better than twice in the Super Bowl.
Agreed.
So
Unfortunately, I agree with him.
So you're saying the AFC is tougher?
Wait, that's the second time you said that. Can like Roy fact check that? What do you mean by played better than first? He definitely played better the second game.
in the first game too. I mean,
Yes, he
I
did.
can
What's
pull
his
the
stats in
up.
the first game?
No.
I can pull the stats up.
played
He-
better.
Because y'all saying
played better.
played better. Is it like obvious?
More
better?
accurate, more yards, everything. As a quarterback, yes.
first game?
Dennis, you don't know nothing about your cousin Philip, but he's a master statistician. He'll
All right,
pull
well,
up
I
stats.
want to see that.
Stats don't lie.
I want to see that. I
In a
want to see that
heartbeat.
head to head.
No, he played better. He played better in both games.
And now let me ask you: did Mahomes also fumble for a touchdown right before that?
Now,
Yeah.
see, that was, but he did he throw an interception for a touchdown in this game?
Who?
Mahomes.
Yeah, he threw
All
an
right,
interception
so
for- yeah.
they even, right?
Listen. You
Li-
can't say
listen.
Hurts and Mahomes is even.
1 and 2. Pat is number 1. I give it to Pat because he got
Would
3
you like
Super
Hurts as
Bowls
the second quarterback?
and the league.
So
Yeah.
let me get it straight. Say, for example, mix it all up, scrap it all up. We're in this fantasy draft. You're the GM. Mahomes is off the board. You get to choose your quarterback
Okay,
next.
see, when you talk, I think I will pick Jalen Hurts because he runs
Because
also.
you can build. Now, I understand you're building
Now,
a
are
team.
we talking about points, fantasy football points,
No.
or
What I'm talking about is you're building your team. You're a real GM. You're building your team to win. You get your first pick on your quarterback. Mahomes is off the board. You pick second. You're telling me out of the other quarterbacks, now you can build the team around whatever strengths that they have. You're saying your second pick, you landed number 2. You're picking Hurts.
yeah?
Okay.
As a
And
quarterback
you feel
in the
that way
league,
too, Phil?
yeah.
If you are a GM and you can build your team from scratch,
Mahomes is off the board.
and you can build the team the
No.
way you want.
No.
Who would you pick?
Mahomes is off the board. You know you got to start with a quarterback. Who you starting with?
I'm going with it might be Hurts, but can I do a coin toss between two?
Go
players?
ahead.
Yeah.
It's going to be a coin toss between Lamar and Hurts.
Okay, I'll give him that because Lamar is number 3 in my book, so it can go either way. Burrow, I would give Burrow number 4, but see, I will put Burrow over Lamar because Burrow did take this team to the championship. So I would get what you got to say. Have something to say about the stats, or
No. I like Burrow, and to me, Burrow got like probably the best arm in football.
right?
Like he can make the tight squeeze. He can make every throw across the board. But he also got 2 premier receivers that he's
Right.
throwing to. So those guys can get open.
Some
And if
would
they're
say
not
3.
open, they can make catches. So he's a beat. 3 what?
3 primary receivers.
Who's the third?
Boyd.
He ain't there no more.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the last year that just passed.
He wasn't on the team.
He wasn't on the team?
No, he was on the year before. Tyler Boyd, he wasn't with them last year.
You sure? All right, so who was the third receiver there?
It don't matter because his
number
first
1 and
2
2 killing
receivers
it.
are
Got it.
they both number 1. They're
Higgins
kind of
and
like
Chase.
us, and
Yeah.
I think their receivers, because their receivers are bigger, they're better than our number 1 and number 2.
Oh, so
but our
you
number
you
2,
would rather have Chase and Higgins over
Oh, yeah.
Smith and Brown?
Chase and Higgins, they're both like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah, but I like Devontae.
Devontae is little. I
Yeah,
like him
I get-
too.
I know what you
like
mean.
him too. But
I
those
get
guys
it.
is big.
Right.
Big receivers always is better. You know what
All
I
right,
mean?
listen, we getting off topic. on
Oh, so you want the
receivers.
stats?
Yeah, let me hear the
All right,
stats.
so here go the stats. Pat Mahomes.
Wait a minute, hold. This is for Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Which one?
This is doing the Chiefs one. What's this? 57.
Okay.
Pat Mahomes passed for 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. And you want all of the stats or just that?
Just the quarterback stats. Oh,
Just
what
the
you mean,
quarterback
like
stats. Just the
Like
quarterback
attempts?
because you got ratings, attempts,
and-
all that shit.
That's what
No,
you want.
no, that's cool.
Yards, touchdowns, and interceptions. So Pat Mahomes had 182.
What do you run for?
Damn, can I get this first
Oh, my
shit out
bad,
the way?
bro. My bad.
182, because you and us losing the battle too, because Hurts killed him on that one. But
yes.
Pat Mahomes had 182 yards passing,
Mm-hmm.
averaging 6.7 yards a pass, 3 touchdowns, no pick. And you want to know about rushing? He had 6 carries for 44 yards, averaged 7 yards a carry, no touchdown.
Okay.
All right, so let's go to Hurts. Hurts had 304 yards passing, 8 yards attempt, 1 passing touchdown. Rushing, he had 15 carries, 70 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Okay, now you see it. You change your mind yet?
So one was, passes was 6 yards per pass. Hurts was 8 yards per pass.
Okay, now we'll give you the turnover. We'll give you the turnover. It wasn't an interception, so
It was
it's
a
going to look
fumble.
as a fumble.
Yeah, it was.
So,
I
okay,
would rather
so
had an interception though. That
What's
was
the
a horrible
difference?
fumble. Go back and look at the video. You want to pause it and we can all look at the video
No.
together?
No, it was bad.
It was a
bad.
horrible.
No,
it was
right.
like a nobody around kind of fumble, bobbling. Or here's the bottom line. All right.
so there's 2 games he
So
played
here's
better
his
than
running
you.
backs.
It's 2 games he
I
played
don't
better
need the
than your
running back.
number
We was
one.
just talking about the quarterback.
No, I was just telling you that he was by himself on that offense.
Oh, okay. Go hit me.
So Miles Sanders had 7 carries for 16 yards, averaging 2 yards a carry in the Super Bowl. Kenneth Gainwell had 7 carries for 21 yards, averaging 3 yards. So like they couldn't even run the ball. Boston
Yeah.
Scott 3 carries for 8 yards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they did the same thing that they tried to do this year.
And he actually threw the ball and did his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Well, he
played
threw the
better-
ball.
He had to.
Pat Mahomes threw the ball last time. He threw 27 attempts. The problem was they was dinking dimes. That's why he only averaged 6 yards a pass.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So now you see the point that we're trying to make. He played better than the number one 2 straight Super Bowls. Well, 1 straight, but 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, but the stats does say that. But also, people will give a little bit of extra points to the fact that Mahomes came down, and regardless of the bullshit call and all that, like I said, I'm an Eagles fan, and it was a bullshit call. The bottom line, Mahomes had the ball last. He drove the ball down the first Super Bowl, drove the ball down, it got the field goal. They walked off the field victorious. You know what I mean? So even though you saying he outplayed them both, you can say it's a split, really. Because they both got a ring out the situation.
You can't say it's a split when you're going off who played better, because by that metrics, Pat Mahomes could have played like shit. But on that winning drive, the ref gave him that pass interference and then kick a field goal. So he got a championship. No, stats do matter, and you know what I mean? Plays do matter too, and that interception was fucked up. But you got to look at the overall, the whole throughout the game, with no running game. They know you ain't got no running game, and you still bust their ass for 300 yards.
Right, what I'm saying is, I'm getting some Hurts love, all right? But I was a Hurts hater. All right, listen, it's this one thing on Facebook. Listen, I'm so mad because I recorded every Eagles game but the Super Bowl because I made a mistake and my DVR got filled up. And I was like real pissed about that. But on Facebook, I keep seeing the highlights, and they keep throwing that bomb. They keep showing that bomb he threw to Devonta Smith. Now this is going to sound
because that was beautiful and the perfect pass.
Nah, it was not a perfect pass.
It was a perfect pass.
It was slightly behind him.
No, it wasn't.
And he had to slow up.
No, he did not.
We can pause it.
The defender was right there.
He did not lead him.
Like this.
He had to slow up a half a step, which gave the defender a chance to. It wasn't a perfect pass.
It was a perfect pass.
It was a beautiful pass, but it was not a perfect pass.
It was.
I'm sorry, Philip, but it wasn't a perfect. A perfect pass is over the shoulder.
It would have been perfect.
Like right
he did just like this.
He gave it a chance for the cornerback to.
Just an over the shoulder pass.
Smith could have got bullied out of that.
No.
Now everybody, we love Hurts, and I love Hurts, and I was cheering, and I almost hit my head on the ceiling when that pass happened. But it was not perfect.
Now you just asked.
We're going to pause right now and let him.
No, he don't need to see it.
I've seen the video a million times. I'm not going to be able to see it through your eyes because I've seen the video a million times, and so have the whole world, and that's why they keep showing that play because they say that's the perfect play. They slowed it down, speeded up everything. So. It's all opinionated. Y'all don't think it is? I think it is.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one. The pass wasn't perfect.
It was definitely perfect.
Perfect is right here. Perfect is right over here.
He was just asking that he wanted him to squeeze it in windows.
Right
the guy was right there
and
on
his
back.
I disagree with that. That's some BS that people be saying on the internet.
But here's the thing. Smith had him burnt. He didn't have to squeeze that in no window. Smith had him burnt. When you look at the pass, Smith had to slow up to catch the ball.
I didn't see the slow up.
I didn't see the slow up, but the pass.
No,
was
we
like
got
right
to pause. We got to pause.
It wasn't that far back.
No, y'all gonna dig in my ass. Y'all gonna dig in my ass.
This is perfect right here. This is way.
That's another way of catching it. Who says it's not perfect? Because it's not that way you expect it.
Because it gave the defender a chance to grab it.
How was his hands?
Remember, he was fighting with it.
On what you said, how was his hands?
I feel like he caught it like this.
The cornerback can just put his hands like this.
The cornerback hand was like right here,
and he did put his hands right there.
The cornerback can do that right there.
And a lot of one-on-one plays, defenders have chances to knock it down, and they don't.
How the cornerback is going to get it over here?
Jump over and smack it. You see,
that cornerback is not jumping at that rate of speed.
Over shoulder passes have been knocked down too. So don't act like they haven't.
Listen,
when you ever seen a cornerback jump up and knock a pass down when it's over here? I'm talking about like a long bomb. I ain't talking about nothing.
All I'm saying is the sports world and media says the perfect pass, and I agree with them. And it's all opinion. Y'all say it ain't. They say it is. I say it is.
I think it was a hell of a play. I think it was a perfect play call because they really thought we're going to run the ball. And he had one-on-one coverage. It was beautiful. And I seen it from the wide receiver angle. I don't know if y'all seen it from that. Smith had him burnt from the rip. He had him burnt from it. I guess the guy tried to hand check him or something. Mm-hmm. He went right past him. And it's like when he threw that pass, and you'll see, dude was toast. He was absolute toast.
But sometimes these corners have catch-up speed. So while that ball in the air, maybe he turned it up on some catch-up speed shit to get up closer.
It's just he could have let him a little bit more. Don't get me wrong. It was a beautiful pass. Mm-hmm. It just wasn't a perfect pass. And if you look at it again,
I'll look at it again, but what I'm trying to tell you is the whole sports world and media say it was a perfect pass. And I agree with them and say it's a perfect pass. So it's all opinionated. Y'all saying it ain't, the sports world saying it is, and that's why that's the play that they keep showing over and over. You know what I mean?
Well, I can't go up against the sports world. All I know is with my eyes.
I
with
said
them
it's all
eyes tell me,
opinionated.
you know what I mean? Because I know me being a wide receiver when I used to burn the shit out of field when we was little kids. When I got him burnt by 2 steps, I want you to put it in front of me so I catch it when he's still 2 steps behind me. I don't want to have to slow up and fight with him because he fought with the ball in the end zone. Why did he have to fight with the ball in the end zone?
Now-
Because it was
see-
slightly underdrawn.
Go ahead, Phil. What's your thoughts on that?
Now, see, this is funny that he say that because Roy grew up with me. Roy knew I was one of the fastest dudes in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you was.
So-
You was faster than me, but I still burnt you.
Bullshit.
Route running.
Bullshit.
And I had a streak
so,
where I made you
so
fumble
I've played
3 games
more.
straight.
I've played more football with Roy. So if he vouched for what you're saying, then I'll agree with it. Me and you being cousins and playing a lot of times, but not nowhere near as many times as I played with him. Sounds like bullshit to
No,
me.
we should. The perfect podcast is with you and Chick here. That'd be the perfect podcast. No, I didn't see all that.
because
stuff back
because
then.
even though me and Dennis grew up with each other, we had a lot of gap in space where we wasn't around each other, then came back. Where
Right.
like me, How, and Chick, we played football together all our life growing up. And then you was in the mix too, growing up with us playing football. You know what I mean? So
What are we talking about here?
we're talking about playing football because you was
No,
talking-
you mentioned that comment.
You brought it up.
He
How you-
brought
What
bring up
comment?
the
What is
comment you
the-
just made
What's
about
debatable? What did we debate?
the comment. Now you being funny.
What are we debating
No,
about? Me
you being
burning him?
Yeah, you
I'll
being
burn
funny.
him right now.
Now
I will burn him right
he
now.
checking you on what you just said.
because it's bullshit.
Go ahead and
It's bull-
finish.
Listen,
No.
listen. My route running is fucking supreme, bro.
He checking you.
I
No,
will
no,
burn
no.
him right now.
No, you said right now. He's checking you on what you just said
about me
about
burning him, or
in
like,
the past, and
Don't
he
tell me
just
you
brought
never thought you
he
got
brought
burnt.
up all the past
Please,
stuff
Dennis.
because you brought it up.
You brought it up. I'm just defending myself.
Oh, okay.
But
All
in my defense, I
all
have
right.
somebody that can vouch for my game back in the day.
So I guess you don't remember the time I made you fumble 3 games straight.
The alcohol's getting to him. He's smoking his pen and the alcohol's getting
Yeah, I
to
had a
him.
little fumble streak on Phil.
Bullshit.
So
Yeah.
that's not true. is
Bullshit.
what
Of
you
course
said.
it's not.
Listen. Here's the Phil thing. He's fast as shit. You don't want him to get going, but what you do is you can dig your hand in there and rip it out. Yeah, he'll let you rip it out.
I'm gonna tell you.
He got little hands. You know
What
I mean?
my
He
weakness
don't
was,
hold
it
on to
wasn't
that ball
about
that
fumbling,
hard.
and I probably fumbled before. It ain't no big deal. My weakness was I was only like 125 pounds. That was my weakness. So when we used to play street football and we used to play against other streets and all that, what they used to do is try to hit me, and they would just nudge and hit me so much that I'm hurting. So now I can't even run at top speed no more. And that's why I started doing the fucking protein shakes and pull-ups, and I'm trying to build muscles because they fucking me up trying to play. Even though it ain't fair and I'm ready to fight, it is what it is. It's football, you know what I mean? And that's the only way they can stop me is by trying to hurt me. And that's the same what I was saying about Devontae. Devontae is a beast, but you seen this year he already missed 4 games because he started getting nicked. When you got a small receiver, same with like Deshaun, they got the burners, but they also going to start getting hurt because these guys are going to start taking cheap shots and hitting them like that. You know what I mean?
True.
So anything you want to add about that then?
No, I'm happy that Phil actually said some facts out of his mouth.
Everything out my mouth is
Say
facts.
no.
So y'all,
No, but,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about. I don't know if this is a good time,
Go ahead.
but yo, that camping trip, I didn't had like, which is crazy. Is I had like 7 people come to me and talk about the camping trip. And if y'all don't know what we're talking about,
No, we don't. Go ahead.
basically me and Phil, we did it a couple times. We basically invited like at the time we did all the cousins, all the male cousins and all the nephews and everything. And we invited them out, all city kids, and we took them out camping, fishing and boating and, you know what I mean, just tents and all that stuff. And, yo, it was like, what, 20-something years ago, and they still talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we was thinking about when it started to warm up. You know what I mean? Probably just do like a camp and get us city folks to breathe some fresh green air, even if it's for a weekend. It does a lot of good. And can you imagine just like kids talking to you about something that happened 20, 25 years ago, and now they want to do it and bring their kids?
I think Roof and Ray's son had mentioned the camping trip.
They always talk
to
about
me.
it.
Yeah.
You still talk to Ray?
Nah,
You haven't talked to him in a while?
He's
I done passed him
I
around
got
to
his
everybody in the business, like in the
Yeah.
family. Like, he
Yeah.
fixing everybody roof and
He
shit.
did
You
mine.
still do roofing?
He
Yeah,
did yours. I think he did Grand's.
my aunts.
Yeah, he been
Yeah.
roofing
He-
and shit.
he
But
did
I think Roy said the young boy's doing all the work now.
He
grew
did
up and
mine's
shit.
and he did my father's. The son is doing it. I gotta call him again because the frame on the side had fell off the side of the roof. I gotta call him again and ask him, can he put it back on? But they do good business, and I think he mentioned to me about the camping trip before.
Yeah, everybody always talks about
How
the
old is he
camping trip.
now? Because I say he probably like 26, 27.
He got to be something like that. Well, because shit, what year was that? I think he was about 14, 15 at that time. Was it?
Who?
Ray's son.
Yeah. He was
14.
yeah.
So he probably the same old age as Tyron. I'm thinking young 20s, 24, 25, something like that maybe.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
What was I about to say? I was about to say.
My bad.
something.
I got off.
He's I can give you Rufus Ray's number. Holler at him, text him or something.
Because he always
he's
be
sick.
asking about you. and
Yeah,
shit.
he asked you about you before. He's sick, so ask him. Call him or text him. I don't know how you want to do it. I'll give you his number after this. Do you have his number?
No, I'll get it from you. Though.
Yeah, I have his number. He was sick. He was in the hospital around Christmas time or whatever. So yeah, and he every time when I see him, he always mentions you too. Yeah, that was very off topic too. By the way, you wanted to change the subject because you was verbally being beaten, and you had to change the subject.
Let's get into some
Wait,
Sixers then.
Can we just pause it for a second and just look at the video? That's all I want to do.
I've seen the video a million times. It's not
I
gonna
just want
change
you to
my
look at it
opinion.
one more time. Just one more time, and I want to be over your shoulder when you look at it. Please. Can we just
Do you
do
want me
that?
to pause it?
Yes, please do that.
All right, Phil, you want to talk about the Sixers?
I just want to talk about where we at. What's the next move? Like, what are they supposed to do?
Where are you at?
Where is the Sixers at?
Nowhere. Well, did you see that clip that YouTube video that they can't tank the season because if they do, they get a certain if they lose a certain amount of games.
Or
I think
pick belong to somebody else or something?
is it Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So they can't take the season because if they do, they'll lose a draft pick and they will go to Oklahoma. I want to say it's Oklahoma. I'm not sure. So they can't take the season.
I heard they got to be like 6 or higher or something like that so they can keep their pick.
Right.
If they're too low, they're going to lose it.
Yeah.
So people thought I was crazy a few years ago when I said we need to trade Embiid. When he lost the MVP but was runner-up, I said we need to trade him. When he won MVP, I said we need to trade him because he's getting older and he's still getting hurt more and more. The NBA made that rule that you have to play at least 60 games to get awards and go to All-Star games. They made that rule because of Embiid. He was bitching and complaining, saying he should have won MVP the year before. And they was like, the dude ain't even playing games. Why should we give him MVP? But they gave it to him anyway, and then that's when they came out with that rule. Mm-hmm. And he pointed fingers at other players. Every time the playoffs roll around, he's not 100%. There's always something. We should have got rid of him. And then to bring Paul George, they call him Playoff P. There's no such thing as Playoff P.
No.
Because he's never showing up in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always injured too.
Big
so now
mistake.
your two biggest superstars, and then you gave Embiid an extension. And your two biggest superstars now is on a fucking shelf hurt, like they always is.
No, Paul George is playing. He hurt.
No,
Okay, he's
playing.
back now, but shit, how long before he go out again?
Mm-hmm.
He's been hurt all year. He ain't too far from Embiid with missing games now this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Let me just get it straight. Is it true that what they saying be done for the season?
Yes,
Yes.
he's done for the season.
Okay.
They already set him down. He's done. My thing is, why did he play in the Olympics? He wanted to be with those other superstars. He played in the Olympics. He wasn't limping. He wasn't hurt.
Okay, but-
and then after the Olympics was over, he said, I can't play back-to-backs no more.
Okay,
why
but-
not? You was in the Olympics.
But I
shouldn't
told
even
you,
played in
I
the
told you
Olympics.
about Wembanyama playing an All-Star game, and now all of a sudden he
Same
hurt.
shit. Yep, it's the same
Oh,
shit.
but you it was like you was disagreeing with what I was saying, but you were
I didn't
agreeing.
disagree with you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't disagree with you.
I take it back. I'm sorry. How in the world you playing in an All-Star game, and all of a sudden now your shoulder's hurting and you can't play? Explain that.
It's bullshit. And the Sixers shouldn't even allow him to play in the Olympics. He
And,
wanted to
first
be there.
of all, ladies and gentlemen, Philip is eating, and Dennis is salivating. That's all he keeps staring
Yo,
at,
I ain't
looking
gonna
at
lie.
him.
He's tearing that shit up, and that shit look good.
I'm looking at him.
Like-
I'm turning over here,
like-
and that's all Dennis is looking at is his plate. And he ain't say, "Oh, excuse me," or nothing.
No,
And he
no.
just ignorant, right?
No, it's
Excuse
about
me, what?
Ignorant,
Yeah,
right?
he
When you
didn't
call
offer me a fry to hold
Right,
me over or
right.
nothing. You know what I mean?
You too big. A fry ain't gonna hold you over. It's
You
gonna
talk
make
about the
want some more.
Sixers. I'm looking at Dennis, and all his eyes are just focused on your food.
Yeah.
I'm asking y'all, what do we do? Do we?
Now you're gonna change the subject of what we were
Yeah.
just talking about.
Yeah,
This is the subject. The subject is the Sixers.
No,
y'all need
the
to talk
subject
about
is
it.
you.
I'm gonna eat my food now.
Yeah.
What does it do, Phil? You can't tank the season. So the only thing is, you gotta play. Well,
This is what we do.
what I would do is gonna sound left field. I would buy Paul George out. And here you go, Dennis. Here you go. There you go. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I didn't know you. Oh, and shrimps too. I didn't know you bought me anything. Do y'all want to pause or
You can
keep
pause it.
going?
You can pause it.
Yes, pause. It might get vicious in there.
Wait a minute, real quick. I'm gonna say, cause you asked me what would I do. I would buy Paul George out. I know it's gonna sound weird because what he get? What was the contract?
200 million.
Yeah,
Like
that's
5
gonna be
years
a
or so?
lot to buy him out, and trade Embiid during the off season and just build around Maxey like we talked about before. But
Embiid doesn't have no value right now. So
hey,
you
look,
gonna,
get anything for what you can get from him.
I don't know. I mean, you pretty much stuck with him. I would try to convince him to retire. That way you don't take the L.
He ain't gonna do that.
Hey, you never know.
All right, Dennis, tell us this story about you and I don't want to say his name. You and your boy and Phil. Put it like that.
You want me to tell it? You want to tell it, Phil?
You brought it up.
I think Phil.
Did Phil board it up
Yeah,
or-
Phil boarded it up. I mean, I'll tell it.
Go ahead and tell it.
Go ahead.
It's always good to hear us from another
Different
perspective.
perspective.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, I'm with my man, and actually, I actually had a girlfriend who I just met. We probably was together for about a week, and she had an aunt, and her she asked me to introduce her to a friend, so I introduced her to my buddy. So we all, it's a late night. We all drinking. I think it's a little bit of weed, man, passing around, and everybody just chilling.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead, tell
Oh,
us.
just keep telling? All right. So, yeah, everybody just chilling, having a good time. And then, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah, my bad. I left Phil out. Phil was there. We was all just having a good time. So, it was me, Phil, and the other
Keith.
me, Phil. It was me, you, and another chick. The chick was actually my girlfriend. We was all on like 3 different couches downstairs. Chris was upstairs with the aunt in the bedroom.
How old was this aunt?
This aunt was like one
You
of them.
just said his name too.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah. Well, so
Don't
that's
worry
what
about
it
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 is.
don't
is what it
matter.
is.
You already said it anyway.
Yeah.
The aunt was she like in her?
She was an old lady.
She wasn't an old
40s
lady.
maybe?
No. She definitely was older though.
She was older
Yeah.
than us. Shit.
Yeah, she was older than us.
You was
Yeah.
in your 20s at the time.
We probably early 20s. She probably was like late 20s, early 30s.
The aunt?
mid
The
30s
aunt,
maybe.
Maybe.
Mid 30s.
Okay.
I think she had a rough life. I think she was more of early 30s.
Early 30s.
Early 30s.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. But it still was older, though. You know what I
Right.
mean? We 22, she 31, you know what I mean? But anyway, it worked out. And Chris was up there having a good time, you know what I mean? And actually, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I just woke up to somebody walking up the steps. Actually-
No. Let me get in here. I woke you up.
Oh, you woke me up?
I woke you up. I was on one couch. You was on the other couch. And it was the chicks. They was all asleep. And
Yeah.
I heard some keys. I'm a real light sleeper. I heard some keys and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? First I already feel uncomfortable being somewhere where I'm not, comfortable at. So I'm like hearing some keys. Bull come in there and he had like a work bag with him and shit. He looked right dead at me and gave me the what's up. So I'm like, what's up? He went in the kitchen. As soon as he went in the kitchen, I'm like, oh shit. Let me start putting my
Like, who
shoes.
is
Like,
he?
who the fuck is this? Let me start putting my shoes on. And as soon as he hit the steps is when I woke you up. Like, yo, this motherfucker here. He about to go upstairs. Chris upstairs, John.
See, you told me that okay, he went to the kitchen, he came out and sat on the living room and looked at y'all and was like, psh, was like shaking his head.
Yeah.
Then he went
Maybe
upstairs.
I don't remember. I know he spoke to me. He said what's up, and then I gave him the what's up too.
Mm-hmm.
But and that's the only conversation we had. And then he hit the steps and went upstairs, and then I knew like, oh shit, Chris is upstairs with the joint. Who the fuck is this? Must be her dude. All the shit was just like running through my head at the time.
And the whole time I was just sleeping peacefully.
Go ahead, finish.
No, Dennis, I just had to jump in.
Right. So Phil's waking me up like, yo. And before I can even comprehend, like I remember seeing the guy going up the steps. But before I can even register that Chris is up there, all I remember is just, hey, what the fuck? yo, oh my God, what the fuck? And I just remember Chris running past me butt ass naked. Like that's all I can remember. Him running out the house butt ass naked and shit. I don't remember what happened after that. I just remember he was just like how you just completely butt ass naked.
The dude had a gun. And Chris was like, I remember Chris had his hands up like, I didn't know. My bad, man. I didn't know. And he was like trying to leave and shit, but he didn't have his clothes and shit. And the boy like, get the fuck out, you know what I mean? And I had the Mustang at the time, and I think we was rolling with me, and I was scared like this motherfucker gonna shoot at my car as soon as we pull off.
Right, so he all
was
butt
crazy.
naked all up in the car.
I don't remember him being butt naked.
I
Man.
remember him being
I thought he had boxers on, but he could have been butt naked. It was a long time ago.
Butt naked running by me in the street.
I know I was scared up until I got off the block. Before then, I thought like he was probably gonna shoot at the car. We was gonna catch some shit, you know what I mean? All that shit. And then we cracked up and laughed after the fact. Once you know everything is cool and we safe.
And what was the ladies doing at this time?
I don't know what the fuck they was doing. We was out.
I might have stayed. Actually.
No, so
You
the
did not
girls
stay.
was
We
downstairs
all-
with you.
Oh, we
They
all
ain't
left?
say anything.
I don't know what the fuck what was going on with them.
Oh,
We
I
were trying to
got
get the fuck out of
backstory
there.
Supposedly they broke up, but she never got the keys back. But he had a.
They broke up at that time.
She was the side piece.
Wait a minute, they broke up at that time when he came over.
That's what she's saying. But
Yeah, I don't
really,
believe that
really,
either.
it's more so like an argument because he had the keys to the house, but she was the side piece. He already had his own joint. She knew that, and
How's a side piece got her keys?
he probably was paying something for the
Right.
bills. You know
I
what
don't
mean?
believe
She was
I don't
his side
believe
piece or
that.
he was her side piece?
She was his side piece.
Okay, so I can see her giving her side piece the keys, come over whenever. She lived by herself
Uh-huh.
or with her niece.
No. Go ahead. I don't believe. No. Why would you get somebody like that your keys?
Because if he paying bills, and
Exactly.
everything, yeah.
So you looking at it from
That's
a
why I
man's
said
view.
I don't think they broke up. That's why I always say
No,
It was probably a piece of
Yeah,
ass that he hit from time to time.
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
come
mean?
through, hit.
He got the keys, so shit.
came
He didn't
right
look
in.
like he was paranoid. He went right to the kitchen, dropped his bag, so it's like
right.
he comfortable like
Yeah.
that.
That's why I said I don't believe her. Go ahead, Woos. Go ahead. Continue.
Oh, the backstory is basically, fuck him. I don't need him no more. But really, it was like I guess Chris was gonna be the upgrade over him or something. You know what I mean? But that's what it was. He was about to get shot for dealing with somebody's side piece.
Shit, we always about to get shot for him dealing with somebody's side piece. He wouldn't have got crazy and started letting them things fucking go. He could have fucked my car up. Fucked us up.
He said car first though.
Because we was in the car. He still got a gun on the porch. He can just shoot at the car. I had like pitch black tint, so you wouldn't even seen it coming. You know what I mean?
I know, but you still said car first. Like, he could have fucked that car up or us. You know what I mean?
Well, we're in the car, so we're part of the fucked up car. I got a rag top and fucking like thin tint. Like everything would have got hit up on the inside of that shit. Yeah, that was a funny time. But we had a lot of funny, goofy ass stories like that. Shit happening, this fucking around with that party line and shit like that.
I remember one time.
Keep it clean.
Oh my God, I had a little car, a little 2-door car. And this girl, this is before camera phones and all that stuff. So you got to take people's word for it. So she said about between 130 and 140. And that was like my golden spot. Somebody say between 130 and 140. I'm like, all right, they probably got a little booty on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I rarely had bad situations with around that, you know what I mean, that target weight. Man, I pulled up, bro. If it wasn't for the good person in me, I would have kept on rolling. I'm talking about this lady looked like she ate 140. Like, I'm talking about, like, just, it was so bad that when she got in my car, it just kind of, like, tilted over. And you know what I mean? And I was just like, hey, so what's up? Where are we going to go party at? And I was like, oh, no. Man, I got so-and-so. She said, oh, I thought we was going to go do this and do that. I'm like, nah, I got a little bit going on. So I try to let her off easy. But if you 310, don't say 140. Come on, man.
She hopped in the car.
Yeah, I pulled up and she hopped in the little ass car.
So she hopped in the
Her
car.
head was on the ceiling. She was tight as shit. She was coming over in my seat with the girth.
You should have kept on going. Okay, so you hopped in. So she hopped in the car, and you going to try to say, "Oh no, I ain't doing nothing."
Yeah, I switched it up real quick, like it was a confusion.
A confusion with what?
Yeah, like, oh no, I didn't mean today.
But you over there, so what kind of way you been?
Yeah.
No, you should have kept on going. See, he like the nice guy with the rapper. Yeah, he like one of those guys. Like,
Yeah.
God give a woman an excuse. She
But
should have
really,
looked and seen it and kept on going.
This lady really tried to hide $160, like 160 pounds on me. Like, come on. All right, you 170, you want to go 140, bless your heart.
Right.
But you in the threes or the high twos, and you talking 140, 130? Come on now.
See, most of the people I heard, they didn't lie about their weight. They were like, look, I'm a big girl and such and such.
Man, these girls be lying about their weight all the time.
Not like he's saying, like if it's
not
like,
that far of a stretch.
Right,
That's
right.
ridiculous.
Right. Idiot.
Yeah, I'm talking about that was before catfish was even termed. See, they think catfish just recently came out. No, it was just never called catfish, but that was crazy. That's like the mother of all catfish. Like, it was like a whole nother double the person showed up.
Right.
That's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We grew up in a good time where a lot of the shit that we was doing,
Wasn't on camera or
right?
video.
You know what I mean? And you just had to go for it, especially like you said with the party line and all the hookups and shit off of that shit and the early stages of the internet type shit. That shit was crazy.
And after hours.
Mm-hmm.
The after hours and all that stuff. Yeah. I mean, it was out. All that stuff was out, but everybody wasn't on it. It wasn't really no social media like that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like MySpace and
Right.
all that type of stuff. But
And they was clean, really.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
But back to these Sixers.
We talked about the Sixers.
we
I
done
gave
with
you
the
what I would do. I would give you what I would do. So, Philip, if you was like the GM, what would you do?
See, so the GM got fired and they hired me, and then what I would do, because
Yeah.
I would have never made the moves that they made. I would
Yeah,
never give them the
If
extension. I would
they,
never sign
They
Paul
fired
George.
the GM, and
Okay.
now you in it.
Okay. So I'm gonna see how they is next year. Are they both healthy as soon as the season start? If they healthy, then we're gonna rock and try to make this thing work with the big three. If they still banged up, I'm probably gonna trade Paul George and Embiid. I don't give a fuck. Like you said, I don't give a fuck what I get now. I just want to get them off my books and get them out of here. You know what I mean?
Well, supposedly, what team was interested in Paul George this season? One of the teams was interested in him. I forget who it was, but I would have did it in a heartbeat if I was the Sixers.
Was it?
Might come up though.
I feel like it was one of them teams like the Knicks or Indiana or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
One of them type of teams.
Oh no, I'm tripping. I'm thinking that they can pick trade to go through right for the playoff run, but no, that's baseball.
Dennis,
baseball.
What would you do?
If I was the GM,
Yeah.
kind of similar to Phil, but what I would do more immediate is I like our young core. I'm like McCain excites me. Edwards, he got potential, bro. Like potential. Council.
I like
potential.
Council. He do got potential.
I think both.
And when Council, this is the stupid shit that I see. When Council is hot, they sit him on the bench and he just riding the. I'm like, he got 12 points. He's like 4 for 5 from the field, and you sit him down and he don't come back.
Well, they did.
It's
that
like
with,
shitty.
They did that with McCain too.
Mhm.
He'll be playing.
Well,
good.
remember when McCain came in as a starter? They was like, he's averaging 26 points a game. This is the highest since Michael Jordan for a rookie. And then as soon as people start getting healthy, they send him back down. It's like, what? He's shooting good. He's dropping 26 a game. Why is he back on the bench? You know what I mean? So that's your two players you had to build around, Maxey and McCain. You know what I mean? And like he said, the rest of the younger guys. Embiid and Paul George, you got to try to figure out to get them out of here. Because they're older now. They're not going to get better. And I was telling Shay, I said, for Embiid to always get hurt all the time, I think he on some shit where, you know, a lot of these foreign players, they lie about their age. So he's like 31 now. He's fuck around and really be 41. You know what I mean? And that's why his body is breaking down so crazy. Because remember, they did the same shit with Mutombo. They try to tell us he was 30 when he was on the Sixers or 32 when he was on the Sixers. You can clearly see this is an old-ass man. You know what I mean? So a lot of those foreigners, they do that. They lie about their age or they got like some bullshit-ass paperwork or something, and they ride it out. Or they don't have no paperwork and they just figure it out. Like, this is what we're going to say he is. You know what I mean? But you need to be 19 to go to college or something, or 18. All right, he's 18. Yeah. And they don't really be that. They be older.
Well, can I get back to being the GM?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, because Philip just like jumped in and took over.
So what I'm saying is I feel good that we know what McCain is, and I feel good that Edwards, Council, and even Bona, is gonna. I think there's some good sticks. I think there are gonna be some good players. So what I would do is let them play, and then like kind of like what Phil said, get into the start of the season, let them come up together, and if it start looking shaky in the beginning, then fuck it. But if it looks good, rock out. Because here's the thing, I like Embiid's game, and I feel like I don't feel like he's coached properly. Like when we playing against the Nets and their biggest guy is like fucking a munchkin in Embiid. Why Embiid shooting 6 threes, 7 threes?
Well, he does that all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm the coach. Get your ass down there.
All right, do you think that a coach said that to him before,
No.
and he just don't do it?
I don't think a coach. I think they cater to their star players.
Uh-huh.
I don't think nobody said, "Yo, get your ass down in the paint." You know what I mean? This dude weighs fucking 190. Get at him. You know what I mean? Like,
But this is his game, and this is what he preferred to do. And it's kind of like a lazy way. Instead of taking it down there, banging in the paint, you know what I mean, making him get in foul trouble, dunking on him, all that shit, you can just pull up a three or a jump shot or turn around.
Yeah.
That's the easy way
don't
out.
get me wrong. I like his little J at the foul line or whatever. I like that little short range J, but I don't need Embiid taking more than 3 threes a game. I don't need him taking 7, 8 threes a game. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with him taking the ones every now and then. Yeah, I'm cool with that. But it's just like, get your ass down in the paint. And another thing is, I'm not really. How about we just play them in shorter periods? It's like we'll play them for like 8 minutes or 10 minutes straight, and then you won't see them for like 10, 12. Why don't you just let them
They
come
good
in
at
for
doing
4 or
that.
5 minutes? Let them
good
go
at
hard
doing
for 4 or 5 minutes. Sit your ass down for 3, 4 minutes. Come back in for 4 or 5 minutes. Sit your ass back down. They don't have to play him long stretches like that, and then he's not playing the next game. How about you just, you know what I mean? Because, Phil, you know what I mean? As far as sprinting and running and stuff, as far as all that go, you know what I mean? That matters, the time that you're actually extending yourself
Right.
before that breaks kick in. And I feel like they playing them too long.
I think that's a Embiid thing because Brett Brown used to do the same thing that you're saying. That he would play those long stretches. They'd be busting the team ass, and then they'll sit all of them out, and then that's when all the team will make a comeback. Now, when the starters come back in, now they got to play like catch up or make or try to hold the
Perfect.
lead, right, or stuff like that. So I'm thinking like an Embiid thing. So they probably was like, yeah, we're gonna sit you down, and he probably like, no, I'm all right. You know what you just said about catering. To
And
like
as a coaching thing,
superstar.
you can't sit all your starters down just because you got a big lead. You give some of them the bench, and then the other ones you keep in the game, and then you rotate those guys with the other starters. That way, you always got somebody that can put points on the board.
right.
Yeah, but I like Embiid. I think Paul George can be an efficient scorer. I think Paul George is something where I think if Embiid was clicking, I think Paul George would be clicking. I know that's not fair because you've been a superstar. You should be able to just manage on your own. But I kind of look at him as more complimentary. Like if Embiid is down there and banging and all that, and they got to come down and double up, Paul George knocking that three down.
So is he worth the money that you paying?
I
Because
don't-
that don't sound like it.
No.
the way he's-
I don't think he's worth the money.
Right.
But I do think he can average about 20, 21, 22, something like that. And just, you know what I mean, be a good complimentary.
If you can get rid of him today, would you do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because of the money, for sure.
The money, the injury problem, even him taking shots at the team. Talking about,
But he don't take a lot of shots. That's what you kind
no,
of
I'm
need
talking
somebody
about.
like him.
I'm not talking about those shots.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
talking about
okay.
shots as far as saying like this team don't have a playoff championship mindset. Well, you're not even fucking here, so how can you say that? You know what I mean? You at least got to be there. We signed you as a superstar, and you're playing like a okay player. You know what I mean? You're not even playing like a superstar, so you shouldn't be taking shots at the team.
What y'all think about Grimes, though?
I don't know Grimes. Who's Grimes?
You know who Grimes is? That's the dude they just picked. Well, first of all, they got all types of people playing now. But Grimes is the dude they just picked up. They call him a 3-and-D, but he just dropped like 26 the other night. He's all right. He's like a kind of like a big guard. I guess he's like, 6'6", maybe, or something like that. He's supposed to got a nice three. It looks sweet, quick release.
I have to check
You
him
gotta
out.
catch
I don't
you gotta
really
catch
know
you some
about him.
games. He's been balling for the last 4 or 5 games.
Shooting guard.
Yeah, I think he's shooting guard, small forward.
Yeah.
I just can't get on the Sixers boat right now because they pissing me off. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's up with them Phillies, though?
It's the same because I don't. When it comes to the Phillies, they always lacked on the pitching. That starting lineup is good now. Schwarber and Turner. I still think they should let Schwarber start the game.
No,
Starts
lead off.
first. Yeah, lead
Nah.
off. I think. Yeah, because look all the home runs he hit.
Yeah, I think you hit him. I think you hit him at 4, but with people on base.
Okay, but what's the name is at 4?
Cool.
Castellanos.
Castellanos is he
Yeah, I think he's 4 and Bohm is 5.
okay, so that's a good starting lineup regardless whether you put
I don't
them
think it's
at.
the
Go
bats is
ahead.
our problem. I think our pitchers need to
Pitching,
show
right.
up, and we grab pitchers, so we should be good this year.
And the
You know
thing
what I
about the Phillies is the relievers. They'll have a lead and then the reliever will blow
Give
the
it up.
lead. Right.
the hell with them levers. Let the pitcher finish the game. Then
Wonder if they
They
can.
ain't tough like that no more, man. They don't finish games like that. They
Right.
make a big deal when so and so completed a game. They make a big
Well,
deal
you
in
see,
sports
like
centers.
one of our pitchers was about to hit make a no hitter, but they took him out because it was early in the season.
I don't know.
They want to press his arm.
Right.
I think if you keep losing leads when you put relievers in, then you got to say the hell with these relievers.
No, if you keep
get better
losing leads
relievers.
because of relievers, it's time to get you some new relievers.
Yeah, but during the season, it's hard now to get a quality guy. You got to do that in the off season.
well, then that's what they should do. Then that's your GM problem.
So then would you take the whole season and just keep losing leads and putting these same losers
No,
in there?
because you got free agents. You're going to have to put relievers in. They can't. All those.
I'm
pitchers
not
can't
saying
play.
all the time. I'm saying some of these crucial times when these relievers are choking, after a while, you got to leave that motherfucker on the bench.
Okay, but wonder if the starter is tired. What you do then?
Well, it's different if he's tired. A lot of times they don't be tired. But if they're tired, then you got to sit them. It is what it
Or their
is.
pitch count might be up.
It's been
Right.
it's been pitchers that get pissed off when you pull them out of a game. When, like you said, when they doing a no hitter or some shit like that,
Right.
and they pissed off, that mean they not tired. They want to finish this game.
No, it can mean that they're definitely tired, but mentally, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm the guy. You know what I mean? You got to realize they always been that guy. So sometimes they need somebody to save them from themselves. You'll have a pitcher to throw 200 pitches if you let them. You know what I mean? You got that tight. Sometimes you gotta be smarter for their own good.
But
A lot
that,
of them athletes.
but it also goes with how they looking. Like he say he's not tired and he's still striking motherfuckers out, then you leave him in the game. Let him handle
But
his
if he
business.
had 120, 125 pitches, 138,
It's all
And
like-
he's still striking motherfuckers out.
Phil
And he
don't
want to
care.
play.
He
I don't
like,
care. Look,
and then he tear up his arm. Then
Yeah,
what you
tear
gonna
it.
say? to
okay,
him?
and they tear their arms up all the time. So what's the difference with me? If the pitcher is feeling good and he kicking ass, I'm leaving him in if he want to stay in.
Since you
I
brought,
remember one time we was playing a playoff game, and like the first fucking inning, I swear to God, we probably put up like maybe the first 2 innings, we probably put up like 8, 9 points. It was like 9-0. We had our best guy in, whether it was Hamels or Willer, and I'm like, yo, we need to just go and take him out. We got a 9-point lead and pitch him in 2 days. Pitch him tomorrow. We got a 9-point lead. We don't need Willer to pitch 7 shutout innings right now. We can get by with somebody giving up 2 and 3 here, right here, and be okay. But they didn't do it. But I don't know. I just like imagine if you in a 5-game series and your pitcher, your ace pitcher, y'all got a 9-point lead. You know what I mean? And you go into a game 4 or game 5, you can really see the pitcher and be like, psh. I mean, it's gutsy because if you put somebody in and they get rocked, and then you end up losing 10-9. Yeah, you know what I mean. You might not have a job. But,
Right.
yeah, but I think it's like crazy stuff like that. Like, but I feel you though, Phil. But I think they don't do it because I think once you get near the 100, that's like the red zone. All right, it's getting close to trying to bring them out because it's, you know what I mean, and it can kind of roll over into the next starts and stuff like that. And they get that dead arm, and then now they on IR for 3 weeks. You know.
Right. So you brought it up. So what you think about the Phillies this year?
I don't think it's any debate about the batting lineup. I think you put Turner in the start because one is this: if he gets on base, he causes problems with his speed and everything. And then I think it's Turner, Stout, Harper. That'll be all speed guys. When you put Schwarber there, say he hits a single. Okay, he gets a single. He didn't hit a homer this time. Okay, cool. Now Stout hits the ball. Stout ain't going nowhere because slow-ass Schwarber's right there. And then Bryce Harper got wheels. He's not going nowhere because everybody's waiting for slow-ass Schwarber to get around the base.
I don't think they're going to do that.
So I think they
for
gotta-
now. Schwarber is up first.
Yeah.
I don't think they. I think that was just
and
talk.
I think that would be wrong. I think traditionally you will always put your fast, more more contact hitter first and your power hitter fourth. So, you know what I mean? I'm more so on the traditional side.
But see, Harper is a power hitter too.
See, Harper could play 1, 3, or 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have no problem with Harper leading off because if he gets just a single, he got wheels. He'll still bat. He's gonna put some pressure on that pitcher. Right. Schwarber ain't putting no pressure on the pitcher. Schwarber at first base. Ain't nobody worried about Schwarber stealing. Ain't no pitcher looking, checking it. You know what I mean? It's just like it's the run game is dead when Schwarber hits a single.
It's like regardless, that's still a dangerous lineup.
Oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
Still a dangerous lineup, but like we said, it's the pitching.
It's gonna be the pitching.
Yeah.
But they were talking about on the radio, and they really was high up on our pitching this year. And they were saying like, I guess one of the guys that we picked up as another ace pitcher. So now we got like 4. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So we should be good. We'll see, but we should be good.
Yeah, definitely want to get to a couple games. I like to get there when it's before like the May games, before it get all hot. That June, July, August don't really do me well. You know what I mean? Give me them September games before the playoffs. And them early games, the May games, where it's nice and cool.
Bring some food.
Yeah,
Bring
take a hoagie. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is the time I like to thank our sponsors, Wawa. You know what I mean?
My coworker was talking about that, and she was like, "Oh, it's just so expensive there." I said, "Well, you can bring your own food," and she's like, "You can?" I said, "Yeah, I used to do it all unless they changed it." I used to do it all the time.
The only thing they just don't let you bring bottles in.
Yes, you can. You can bring bottles.
You can't bring glass bottles.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like regular bottles. Yeah, like a water bottle or something like that. Yeah, you can bring it in, but you can sneak a flask in.
You can sneak a what?
A flask.
Oh yeah.
It gotta be plastic because I think they metal detect, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. They got all that shit down there. Mm-hmm. They usually put Philly tickets on this website, this veteran website that I use all the time. They got Phillies tickets. They be having Eagles, but that shit goes so fast. I never got an Eagle ticket off of there. And usually, like, let's say if it's Phillies on there and I see them on there, then they say how many tickets you want. You get 1 through 4, and then you just pay the transition fee. The transition fee is like $8, and then they email you all the tickets. I was like, oh, this is decent. That's how we went to, like, the boxing and mixed martial arts and all that shit like that. They always had them tickets on there. They got flyers on there now, and you're, like, the only person I know black that watch flyers. You know what I mean? But they have flyers tickets on there. I just don't get them.
All right, so what you think about the flyers?
To be totally honest with you, I haven't even got into the flyers yet because I'm still on my Super Bowl high, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. So I'm not even letting the Sixers bring me down right now. I'm still floating. Fly Eagles fly, you know what I mean? And then what's crazy is now whenever I hear that song Not Like Us, it instantaneously brings me to it's like that's our Super Bowl song. And it's such a
so it's not Blow the Whistle.
It Blow the Whistle too. Like all these songs are connected to our Super Bowl. And it's not bad, but yeah, when you hear Not Like Us, it don't make you think Eagles.
No.
It makes me think Eagles. I guess because it's the Super Bowl, and then you know what I mean.
But I don't think about the Eagles when I hear Blow the Whistle either. So, you know what I mean?
You think it's too short?
I don't think nothing of it. I think it was another song. You know what I mean?
So the only song that connects you to the Eagles is Fly Eagles Fly.
When I'm watching it, that's when I hear the Eagles. You know what I mean? But other than that, like, really don't connect me like that.
Tell you what though, what about those cornerbacks, man? That's what's exciting about the Eagles. Our core.
And see, my only thing is, I want us to bring Winston Slay back for one more year.
See, I think he's gonna be.
Slay wants to play one more year, and then he want to retire Eagle. But because he's making money, I think we're gonna let him go.
Yeah, he does. Sweat too, because you see that they.
Well, no, Sweat still on the. Sweat is still like, because they already said Sweat recently, like yesterday or something. Somebody posted on one of these websites. It was like. Sweat looks like he'll be moving on from the Eagles. And he was like, what? Underneath the joint. Like, he replied back like, what?
Well, if they're interested in Myles Garrett, are you going to have Garrett and Sweat?
You can.
I don't think
but you can't bring Milton Williams back, huh?
They don't play the same position, Sweat and Garrett. I thought Garrett was like am I mistaken?
He's a defensive end.
Oh, he'd be on the end? I always see him
so it'd be Garrett and Sweat on one side. I would do that. You know what? Come to think about it, I would do that.
You can let Milton go. And that because Milton need a contract right now. He's a free agent. You can let him go, but you can keep Sweat. You know what I mean? His money gonna fall off the books. Like Brandon Graham money is gonna come off the books. You know what I mean? So that goes some money.
Did he retire?
He's probably going to retire. He didn't say yet, but he's probably going to retire. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
they say he said he's. I heard him in an interview. He said he's deciding or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? He got take a few
Yeah,
weeks.
Well, a lot of the fans don't want him to go, but I think he, you know what I mean, like walk off into the sunset. You got a Super Bowl, like just chill.
Got two, no?
Yeah, two.
Right.
But because
Is
he
the
forced
only
so
Eagle-
hard
Wait, is he the only Eagle with two?
on the team now, probably
Yeah.
On the team ever?
ever.
Shit, we only won two.
No, we
Yeah,
only won,
right.
yeah, we only
Right.
been to 3 Super Bowls. Well,
What-
four Super Bowls.
Well, you talking about one?
No, 5 Super Bowls. McNabb, Ron Jaworski with the Raiders, and you have Hurts twice, and
Nick Foles.
No, not her.
And Nick Foles, that's
And,
five.
yeah,
Right.
McNabb.
five,
I
yeah.
already counted McNabb
yeah.
already, so it's 5. Yeah.
But we talking about one. You might be right. He might be the only one that has to.
Right.
I wondered that. That's a
But
good question.
but his injury was supposed to take like 3 months to recover. He came back in like no time, so he need to chill now. You know what I
And did
mean?
he do anything during the Super Bowl? I mean, I was so.
He put
in
pressure.
the
He didn't
zone.
get no sacks, but he put pressure.
Yeah.
He got a couple holdings. You know what I mean? Because he was good to sack the quarterback, like
Yeah.
that type shit.
Yeah, man, they held that whole game, man. That
All
was
right,
crazy.
all right, Dennis. You got to go. So
Oh, am I talking too much? Is that
no,
what's going on?
no. The next podcast is with you and Chick on here. What's your social media if anybody want to contact you? That means you don't have one if you had to think of
He can
it.
hit us up. If they got questions from, they can just hit us up.
Yeah, do that.
All right, you can reach the Judgementals on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube at pnljudgementals, Instagram at _judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. Was you about to say something? Well, all right, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Pleasure.
Niggas say that we drawlin', but really we ballin'. They mad cause they fallin', we rottin', they successful, but stressful.